All right. Hello, hello, hello. What is up, everyone? Um, Today we're gonna be doing the Stygian onslaught. I'm not sure how you say it. Uh, but yeah, hello, welcome everyone. Today we will be doing the Stygian onslaught. The new yeah. Hello everyone. So today we will be doing Stygian onslaught, the new end game mode, which has three bosses, and you can select your teams and it's actually a pretty fun game mode. So I'll I'll talk about uh, I'll talk about only menacing for now, since fearless is not something that is expected to be done by a free to play non C6 5-star constellation account. Um, and yeah, my account is pretty well invested in overall, but I am not but my account is not at whale levels of investment, so we will not be talking about fearless. What we will be talking about is uh, is min maxing our teams, min maxing how we fight each boss, and some tips for team building, as well as what to do for the specific boss in specific scenarios. So this was my first time trying it. I tried this yesterday and we got a pretty good score of 282. compared to some of my other friends I have. It is not that bad. Uh, so yeah, we'll so now what we're trying to do is get the time below 90, below 1 minute 30 seconds. So the main goal is to get a time of 270 seconds overall by trying to get below 90 seconds for each of these. So I'll talk a little bit about each of the bosses as well as each of the teams that I ran in, and some things that I want to try now. So the first boss is the Hydrotalpa. It's a pretty basic boss overall. It always has an Hydro aura. It always has a Hydro aura, and it will not take any Hydro damage. So you should ideally not be playing any Hydro, and you should only be using elements or characters that can react well with Hydro and get something done. So for that, I went with Veresa Chevreau's team uh, with Zhangling, because Zhangling's Pyronado actually does a lot for this boss. You can clip into the boss multiple times with Veresa, and the Pyronado can hit the boss more than once, and it deals a significant amount of damage, as you can see, almost almost 3 million damage just from off-field Pyronado alone. The second boss is the Lava Dragon. The Lava Dragon is unique in that it does take damage from Hydro and Cryo, but it has a special mechanic where repeated uh, application of Pyro will put it into a weakened state, and in that weakened state, it will take a significant amount of damage, and your goal should be to get it in that weakened state, and so you need a lot of Pyro. Burning also has a significant advantage here because it keeps sticking with Pyro, and so for that reason I'm using an Alakino team with Nahida here. The final boss is a new boss from that land, the Secret Source Automaton, and it very much requires Cryo. If you don't have Cryo, it is quite hard to do this boss. Similar to the Lava Dragon, it also has an application based mechanic where if you apply enough Cryo, you'll put it into a weakened state where you'll actually be able to do damage. If you're not in its weakened state, you will not be able to do a lot of damage, and it will be quite hard to clear this boss, or even remotely. Yeah, it'll be quite hard. So for that, I obviously went with a premium sculpt team. There are other variations that you can use of this, but I'm pretty comfortable with how this team functions right now, so that's what I did. So I'll talk about each of the teams a little bit in detail now. So yeah, so these are the teams that I went with. So for my Veresa team, my goal was obviously to have Xiangling do as much damage as possible. So I do have her on catch, which is pretty good for her. And the goal is to obviously get the shred from Chevreuse, and with the shred from Chevreuse as well as some attack buff from Yansan, my Xiangling will be able to pump out a lot of damage. Unfortunately, my Yansan is only C0. Obviously, having C2 or C6 will be significantly better for this team. But even with a C0 Yansan, I was able to clear this fairly comfortably. As for my Veresa, she's also C0 and she has decent stats. But I am running her on Obsidian Codex and not on the plunging set. There is a chance that you can run her on the plunging set and it does perform better. But for me right now, she is on 80 crit rate already, and this gives a significant amount of crit rate on top. So I really need to switch to the plunging set. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten a good plunging set, so she is overcapped a lot on crit right now. But that is a problem for me to deal with on another day. Uh, my second team will be Alekino into Bennett, which is pretty simple. I did opt to go for Kazuha here. My other options that I was experimenting with was Pyro MC, because he also has a significant amount of pyro application off field, and if you have your pyro MC built better than mine, maybe it is also a good option if you're just not able to break the thresholds for applying the pyro. Unfortunately for me, the pyro MC was not doing enough damage, and while the pyro application was good, his animations with the skill were just too long, and I was losing a lot of time to actually damage the boss. So I decided to go with Kazuha. Obviously, his animations are also quite long, but I'm only using his tap skill, and if I require more pyro application, I do use his ult. The final piece of this puzzle is Nahida, who just applies some off-field dendro, and for for the sake of this challenge, we will be changing around some things. But this was the second team. For my third team, it's just a pretty simple Skirk team. We've got Skirk, uh, who deals a lot of cryo application as well as damage while she's in her tap skill. But the goal when trying to use Skirk here is to get two, one if not two ults uh, as well in the rotation, because her ult deals a lot of damage, and being able to cheese out an ult into a tap skill is quite good. I went with Yelan here for purely for energy recharge, um, and yeah, she's basically just gonna battery into my Escafy, because my Escafy unfortunately does not have enough energy recharge. She is not built to the point where I would like her to be built, but it's getting there, so should be fine. And finally, Furina, because she's just quite good with Escafy, and she synergizes quite well with Skirk as well. So that's about the teams. Um, so yeah, I'll make a few changes. There is a few things that I thought of yesterday that I would like to implement. One of them would be to get TOM on Yelan. Currently, she's running on Emblem, which is great and all that. But I think on TOM she might be able to give a little bit uh, more buffs to the team. Another thing that I want to do is get Nahida off of Mappa Mare and get her on TTDS, because that way I can ensure that when my Alakino is taking the field, she also has a lot more attack going into it, and it hyper buffs Alakino for this rotation. The only thing I need to remember, obviously, is to switch from Nahida to Alakino, but that should be something fairly similar, something easy to remember. And finally, I'm going to be trying to get a plunging set going for her on Veresa, because she's obviously over capped on crit right now, and that's not very good. So yeah, I'll make these changes, and yeah. So plunging set it is. We'll see what we can get out of this, honestly. So she has very, very good pieces right now with Codex. That's the only issue that I have. That her Codex pieces are actually so good that it sucks to switch off them. But we'll see. This is enough ER on this piece. I would like to get some crit damage. So we'll see if we can make that happen. Defense is quite bad. Need at least one roll on the crit stats, and that's a crit rate roll. Okay, and that's an option, I guess. This is a decent piece. This is a decent piece. This is attack, crit damage, HP, flat HP, crit rate. What am I missing here? I'm missing flat attack, right? Flat attack shouldn't be a problem. Okay, it's a lot of crit rate. A crit damage roll also might be quite good. Okay, got a crit damage roll. Yeah, this is sands are by far the hardest me to get any decent artifacts in. So we'll roll this last. We'll see what we can get. Mm, that's also a problem, right? We definitely want electro damage. This is still damage percent, so not really sure. For now, it looks like this might end up being my off piece, but we'll come back to that. And yeah, that leaves me with this. So we'll put on her pieces and we'll see what we actually get. I will lock both these pieces, however. Oh god, I lost that piece. Codex, lock this piece because it's really good. Don't want to accidentally lose it. And then yeah, we'll have to roll on this, right? So it's either crit damage. Yeah, I'll see what I get as my stat here. If it's alright, just give me a second. Right, excuse me for that. Okay, so we need an electro damage piece that I can use on her. This is honestly really good already, so might just yoink it from Beidou. And then and then we'll see what our crit is at right now. It is already 80. She doesn't get more crit though, if I'm not wrong. So I think she needs to be on a crit damage piece. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine, but I would have liked. Well, yeah, anyway, this is the only piece that we can really go for on her right now, so with this, she is on long oats with 1.7k attack, 74, 155. Not bad. Not bad. Jangling is fine. I think I put her on Thrilling Tales. Yup. So the only thing that's left is putting her on TOM now. So let's go try to do that. TOM. I don't have TOM pieces. That is quite unfortunate. Huh. That's a problem. I guess, yeah, we'll be spending some time farming some TOM pieces later. What is her? She is 6177 right now, so it's not bad. I guess for now we'll leave her as is. So a couple of things that I need to change with my rotation is that now for the first boss specifically, to get an overload, I'll have to put Goba down first and then switch to Veresa to do a singular E. Time it well so it gets an overload on the boss, and then after getting an overload, I'll get a Chevreuse ball, Chevreuse overload ball, which I'll be able to use to buff the entire team. That's the thing for the first boss. That's the change I need to do, which I was not doing yesterday, and that should help me overall. But I don't think the time will change too much. Maybe with the better build, I might drop 1 or 2 more seconds. The goal is to get 85ish, I guess. That would be quite good. For Lava Dragon, I need to time my Bennett burst just before the end of phase 2. So I need to knock him out of phase 2 and into his down, into his boss down, uh, with Bennett burst and Bennett skill, and then switch to Nahida, then switch to Alakino. For battle 3, it's pretty simple. Funnel particles into Escafy and try to get at least 1 or 2 bursts with Skirk without wasting time, essentially. So yeah, let's try this now. So yeah, a couple of things for this boss. I need to make sure that I time my overload correctly. Need to put Goba down and then time the Goba breath with the Veresa E so it overloads, and so I get to use Chevreuse. I don't really care about Chevreuse burst in this team, so all the Chevreuse E particles need to be funneled into Zhangling, and my Yan San is also in Favonius, so all of the Favonius particles should also be funneled into Zhangling so she keeps her ult. For this, like I mentioned, I've put Kaza here for shred. So it doesn't really matter. I can use it anytime since it has an innate pyro aura and it will have an aura as I'm burning it. So Kazuha is anytime in the rotation. I need to make sure to use Kazuha once before he goes down. And I need to remember to switch from Nahida to Palakino for the Thrilling Tales buff. For this, it's pretty simple. Just funnel particles into Escafy from Yelan and make sure that, or try to make sure that Skirk can use 1 or 2 bursts. So yeah, we'll do the easiest boss first, so we don't have to worry about it. I don't think I got them. Oh, really? I can be faster. Also, I didn't get my overload. I didn't even get pyro. A little rusty from yesterday, but maybe she's missing one. I'm slower than yesterday. Well. Ooh. I'm gonna try that again. We will try that again. What am I missing? Is my whereas I just healing lesser damage over here. Okay, that's the problem. I just realized I'm using Jiangling burst before Yansan. Yeah, it is giving overload. Yo. hello? Didn't break him, really? It didn't break him, really. Okay, I am getting the overload with this, so I don't know if I got it there, but oh yeah, with Veresa, it's also really easy to go out of your way and get yourself the chili that Goba drops, so you should try to do that. One or two dashes, one or two normal sprints to try to get the Goba flower is actually quite useful. Okay. 87 is fine. So I guess, yeah, this Veresa build is just dealing lesser damage overall, which kinda sucks, but it is what it is. All these artifacts are so bad, by the way. Is it not taking my... It is taking my plan, right? It's taking my plan 1, plan 2. Should be. Alright, let's return. Okay, this is gonna be the fun and the hard part. So let's see if we can do this faster. He takes like no damage, by the way. You can see he takes significantly lesser damage. Ah, really? Okay. I messed up my first rotation. I need my first rotation on the boss down to be perfectly timed. 10k allocating auto attacks. Really? Okay, that's much better. Okay, doing this in 90s very hard. Oh my god. Okay, what am I missing here? I'm missing something for sure. Well, okay. Try to get my rotation better. Really? I shouldn't do that. Need to pump out more damage. No, that won't be enough. Ah, that's just like not enough. Okay. I think it was fine. I just need to. No. Character switching is on cooldown. Oh my god. What does it mean character switching is on cooldown? Switch. Ah, Kazuha burst is pretty helpful, but I definitely don't need to use Kazuha burst. Win that at all. That's for sure.
これこそが知恵の伝道。はびこ
権限
覚えたわよ。
全力攻撃だ。せいやキャップ落ちる。
No, I'm not doing this right.
権限
Doing this right.
貫く燃えろ。へっマイ
痛くしちゃうかも。
みんながそばにいてくれるわ。キッタツとやキャップスくらいや風の雲の
覚えたわよ。
よっみんなは俺が守れ。とや権限やはっせいさはっせいマイはっ
知識をあなたにも。
さよっキャックスはっそっと借りなくとくらいさとやささとここより戻る。みんながそばにいてくれるわ。
What am I doing? I messed that up so hard.
やさみんなは俺が守る。風の雲の行くごと
はびこりなさい。
やとやさ権限
I messed that up so hard. That one I had for sure under 10 seconds.
マイそこ燃えろ。
覚えた。
Nah, E did not hit him while he was in the air. Really? Really?
キャックス
痛くしちゃうかも。
Ew, that feels so bad to me. That's such a bad rotation.
貫こう。へっせいそこだ。ね
覚えたわよ。
よっ全力攻撃だ。とはっさはっ権限さくらえへっ風よとよっ雲なく借りなく
痛くしちゃうかも。
みんなは俺が守る。さはっや貫こう。さはっふっさやさマイはっと
はびこりなさい。
いやそろそろ始めよう。はっもみち散らまく全力攻撃だ。とキャックス にいてくれ。貫こう。子供たちの歌声。
Ah, I'm like,
みんなは俺が守れ。せいや。権限燃えろ。前に借りなくよ。みんながここにいてくれるわ。貫こう。やっちょっとやっと風よ。
私のお家にいらっしゃい。覚えたわよ。
くらえ。みんなは俺が守れ。やっとちょっとやっほっ権限せい前せい。そこを散らまく。全力攻撃だ。やっちょっほっちょっやっちょっ落ちる。貫こう。
ah, that wasn't even enough.
みんなは俺が
Close to enough.
よっ風の雲。
How about? No, I mean, the problem that I'm having is Arlecchino's rotation finishes before the boss's down finishes. So somehow, if I'm able to push more time or push more DPS in that window, it'll be better. And the way that I can push more DPS in that window is by getting Sit Lali here, right? So let's try that. We'll see how much it actually affects the speed. The only thing is I need to make sure to not use Sit Lali.
さあ働きなさい。
前ほれくらえ。全力攻撃だよ。やっ
Not use Sit Lali while in this state.
行こう。お道を散らまってみんなは俺が守れ。やっと
Oh wait.
シトラリー、いつパパ、どうよ。
燃えろ。
Okay. I messed up, I think I understood what I need to do.
権限
土見めよ、契約を果たせ。手加減。
風よ。はっそこだ。みんながそばにいてくれ。やよっせい。はっよっはっやっとキャップスくらえ。はい風の行く先をほれ雲が借りなくと。はっやっ貫こう。全力攻撃だ。
悪用の力を思い知りなさい。さあ しよう。
いやはっとぞはっいやせみんなは俺が守っはっはっ風の雲の行く燃えろよっさっと全力攻撃だ。
口封じは任せたからね。
いやはっ
Okay, well, apparently Sitlali is just better. Can I reduce this time by 10 more seconds? No, I think it'll be quite hard. I think it'll be quite hard to reduce it 10 more seconds. Ten more seconds will be quite hard. Kazuha is doing a lot for this. Alright, that leaves only Skirk, so let's see. Skirk improve our timing by a little bit. Going to. Oh well, I missed.
痛がってね。お披露目だ。やっはっ無に着せ。力に。はっふんはっふっせいかかれ。カジャー歌え僕の名のもとに。さあ目の下のマットさせてあげる。宴会に沈め。はっ終わりね。撤収痛がってね。低温調理。ほっ光り輝くがいい。お披露目だ。タッチ。
I really shouldn't get the particles.
やあハッガーのように羽ばたけ。人類晩秋よ巡れ。どの目が出るかしら。捕まえた。やっ世界を熱狂の渦に。ふっほっ力に。やっふんはっはっやっ
I mean, yeah, this one was very easy. 279, let's go. Okay, we got both of these below 90 by a decent amount. And yeah, I mean, for Skirk, I think I'll try just her normal attack only once as well. We'll see how much faster that is.
かかれ。低温調理。遠くをたたえ。ほっはっふんこの手に。ふっとはっせやふっふんはっ痛がった家に食前に甘いもの。光り輝くがいい。お披露目だ。糸よ工作せよ。最高の一品よ。満ち溢れよ。さあはっはっせいやっはっほっやっかかれと冷凍の時間よ。カジャー歌え僕の名のもとに。どの目が出るかしら。さあ痛がっていない。いやランのように羽ばたけ。力よ。ふんはっやっはっやっせいはっはっふんせや
Really?
低温調理。僕をたたえよう。世界の熱狂の渦に。はっ終わりね。撤収はっかかれ。やっふっせいふっ
Well, okay, I messed this up quite hard, but we'll see. Messed that one up quite hard. Did that not give me any particles at all? That gave me 0.
捕まえた。冷凍の時間お披露目だ。せいとっくん。はっはっはっはっ。痛がっちゃいない。食前に甘いものを歌え僕の名のもとに。糸よ工作せよ。さあ最高の一品よ。ね力を。捕まえた。冷凍の時間よ。光り輝くがいい。さあ目の下も満足させてあげる。道あふれよ。痛がっちゃいない。大丈夫。
あ、
火力を調整する。
how did that even hit me?
捕まえた。僕をたたえよう。やあこの手に。痛がっちゃいない。低温調理。歌え僕の名のもとに。じゃじゃーん最高の一品よ。力を。せいせや。終わりね。撤収。僕をたたえよう。さあ光り輝くがいい。よっかかる。ガンのように羽ばたけ。冷凍の時間。絶空限界に沈め。
Really? He went into that phase? Okay. I think I understood. I see it now.
捕まえた。お披露目だ。
That's wrong. The reason that's wrong is because we want it to trigger frozen when Escoffier uses her skill,
痛がっちゃいない。低温
so it makes a void rift.
無に帰す。この手に。
So when Skirt comes on field after Furina uses her skill, she can immediately make a void rift.
捕まえた。冷凍の時間よ。世界を熱狂の渦に。どの目が出るかしら。最高の一品よ。僕をたたえよ。力よ。とかかれ。さ低温調理。歌え僕の名のもとに。糸よ工作せよ。絶空。やあ痛がっちゃいない。
Really give her one more part, please.
ガンのように羽ばたけ。万象よ巡れ。せい。
It was a pretty bad rotation overall. Know how to fix it.
滅。
Oh, well, that's wrong for sure.
捕まえた。食前に甘い。お披露目だ。
Yeah, the problem with that is that I'll end up normal attacking on Skirk anyway, so it's useless for me to do that early. And I didn't get a Fav proc.
痛がったよせ霊竿の時間道あふれよ力をはっせいせやはっはっ捕まえたとはっ世界を熱狂の渦にカジャーはっほっはっ目も舌も満足させてあげる人類星々よ静かに眠れ終わりで撤収低温調理ふっはっはっかかれふっはっ光り輝くがいいお披露目だふっはっガンのように羽ばたけ足よ巡れ
That's the problem, okay. After Yelan, I should switch to Skirk and see if I can get a skill proc in.
この手に捕まえた食分に甘歌え僕の名のもとに目も舌も満足させてあげるやあこの手にとははせい糸よ工作せえ痛がっちゃいね世界を熱狂の渦に
Like right here. Just switch to it. Oh, I can just not do that.
限界に沈めかかれガンのように羽ばたけはっはっよっ無に帰せはっふんはっこの手にはっせいやふんはっどの目が出るかしら痛がっちゃいない
If I play it perfectly, I can get it down to like 80 seconds.
捕まえたはっ冷凍の時間よ僕をたたえよふっとやあこの手にはあふんはっかかれやせいはっ食分に甘いものを歌え僕の名のもとに人類目も舌も満足させてあげる暗礁よ巡れ糸よ工作せよ捕まえた低温調理カジャーほっふんやあはっ力をはっせいややふっや食分には世界の熱狂の渦にガンのように羽ばたけ人類限界に沈め
Getting greedy. Don't get greedy.
痛がっちゃいない低温調理よっはっお披露目だふんはっはっや力をふんとせいやせや捕まえた冷凍の時間よ
Like here.
さっふん
Okay, now so after that I'll just
最高の一品よ人類星々よ静かにね終わりね撤収痛がっちゃいない低温調理と人類
That will have Rina buff.
ランのように羽ばたけ。糸よ工作せよ。満ち溢れよ。力よ。せい。捕まえた。冷凍の時間よ。
Yeah, I'm not so good at finishing here then.
かかれ。じゃじゃーん。はっふっ。やあこの手に。ほっ。はっ。せや。ほっふっ。食前に甘いもの。ほっ。お披露目だ。歌え。僕の名のもとに最高の一品よ。人物どの目が出るか痛がっちゃいない。ファッションよ巡れ。はっせい。やあやっはっほっ低温調理。せ世界を熱狂の渦にランのように羽ばたけ。無に帰せ。せい。ほっふっはっはっはっやあはっふっはっはっ終わりね。撤収。捕まえた。冷凍の時間よ。カジャーン。やっメッツふっ。この手に。
Well, 85 is the best, I guess. 83 to 79. That's just 9 seconds. I need to pull out of lava dragon, which is so hard to do. Okay. Okay, but I guess that's all for now. Hopefully, you guys learned some things um, about the bosses, some tips, how to use your characters and stuff like that. Overall, yeah, it's a pretty fun game mode, and I'm excited to see how they work with the characters in the future. But given how it is currently,
遠くを高い。低温調
I'm not sure if given how it is currently, I'm not sure how easy it will be to avoid power creep on such a game mode, right? Because this game mode is at the end of the day all about making sure you have the characters that are strong currently, and if you're missing the characters that are strong currently, then it might be hard overall.
冷凍の時間。ほっふっふっ。人物ファッションよ巡れ。
To clear such game modes or make it challenging, you know how they've made it very elemental based with you need cryo, you need pyro and stuff like that. Hopefully they do that, but they don't make it so restrictive like Skirt is currently. Hopefully they can make it
人物
at least a little bit more lenient.
痛がっちゃいない。
But yeah, there's more to see, there's more to come. So yeah, we'll see about it later. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and so see you guys next time.